Lord Han Dong does so much for such little recognition, he deserves a much loftier position.
Everyone is uneasy after what happened to my brother. It's times like these that I need to hold my head up high. I know very well that neither he nor father would ever give up and lose heart. Thank you. It really is heartening to hear you say that. Both my father and Suh would valiantly lead our forces into battle to claim victory with their own hands, surviving the world at its worst. That is what brought our people under their command. Simply being born into the Sun clan is not enough to earn their respect. The leader of the Sun clan must prove their strength. And right now, our leader, my brother Chuen, is struggling. This means that I will have to lead our troops into battle in his place. In times of trouble, family is the one thing we can always rely on. I'm really going to have to be at my best.
Lord Sun Quan, you look rather discouraged.
Oh, Taishitsu. The moment word of my brother's death began to spread, a rebellion broke out. Even my inner circle has begun to lose faith in me. I'm sick of constantly being reminded of my own inadequacy. If only I were more like my brother, then I would be able to quell their fears.
Lord Sun Sua certainly was capable of that. He was a great man. Perhaps that is the best way to describe him.
I have to win our next battle to prove my strength. If I am unable to do that, the warriors of Wu will never accept me as their leader. That duty is weighing very heavily on my shoulders. Now I understand the burden that my brother and father had to bear.
If I may, Lord Sun Quan. There are men under my command who know only of horses, and others who do nothing but read. Some can barely hold a sword. And yet, they are all excellent soldiers, with skills that can be put to great use in battle. Each of them is invaluable in their own way. The same principles applies to the differences between you and Lord Sun Sua. You cannot become Lord Sun Sua no matter how hard you try. So you should do things your own way, to reveal your true strengths and abilities. What we as subjects want is not the man that Lord Sun Sua was. We simply want a leader that is worthy of our loyalty and service. Perhaps I've said too much. I will leave you now, my lord.
My own strengths. You have your own strengths and skills. You were right, brother.
We'll get to see Lord Sun Ce again, right, Mom?
Yes, I'm sure, honey.
I do not care who rules this place. This is my home, and I will live out my years right here.
Runan is no open plain. It's full of rugged terrain.
Cao Cao and Lord Liu Bei once fought side by side. Now here they are.
Is this really a battle we can win? If Lord Sun Jian and Lord Sun Shi were here, they would be on the front lines themselves, leading us all to victory. But Lord Sun Chen has promised nothing more than to guard our backs. That may be a wise decision as a commander, but will the soldiers of Wu accept it?
I wonder. Lord Sun Quan, many of our men have expressed their dissatisfaction with our strategy for the next battle. They are wondering if the leadership of the Sun clan plans to sit back and watch as they risk their lives fighting.
I suppose I cannot avoid such doubts. But I devised this plan personally, after much consideration.
And I will be leading our troops into battle myself. I am a lady of the House of Sun. I will not be accused of inaction in the face of danger. My brother will be watching over us all as our commander. His role will be to keep a close eye on our situation in battle.
No amount of explaining will put everyone's mind at ease. I am who I am. I will never replace my father or my brother in the way you all expect. So, I will have to prove my strength with my own actions and achievements. I want you to trust me just this once. I swear that I will lead you to victory in this battle.
Well then, let us see what you can do.
Let's begin.
Listen up, everyone. Hi.
Shang, the Bow Maiden.
Don't let me down now. The death of my brother has shaken the foundations of the kingdom. That is why now, more than ever, we must put down this rebellion. I will need help from all of you to make things right. Ensure that I too will be doing all in my power to fulfill my duty to you.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I'll lead the charge. Everyone, follow me.
So, how exactly are we going to win this? I can't wait to see how this one plays out.
Charging at the enemy's front line head-on is the kind of fighting the Sun family is known for. But she really takes it a bit too far.
All right, they're through. Close the gate!
They locked the bank behind us. Looks like they're trying to divide our forces.
This is a little unsettling, but we can't let fear bind us. For now, we need to face forward and keep going.
There they are, just as we planned. Now let your arrows fall upon them like rain.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Take this.
Crowding up our retreat so they can pick us off from afar. So this was their plan.
We don't have to sit here and wait for them to shoot us. Everyone, charge forth without fear. Don't be cowed by the enemy.
The Yotaka Siege Battalion has encountered enemy resistance. We must break through enemy lines and rush to their aid.
Forward march! Sacred Heart protect us. Take this!
Situation. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Whoa. Let's go. Looking rough. Take this.
Is that it? Too slow.
Let's get serious. Let's give it to them. Let's give it to them. Easy. Take this. Yep. Got this. All my might. Try that. Take this. So soon, I couldn't fulfill my duty.
This territory
Heroes have
is
stopped?
out. The enemy officer
This must
has
be my
been
brother's
defeated.
doing.
Lord Sun Quan has saved us. Once again, he has read the battlefield accurately.
Commence the advance!
I see a chance to advance here. Now, onward! Start the advance! It seems this gate is closed tight. Looks like we're going to have to bust in with a ram.
We're going to take control of each critical location as planned. We have to establish a foothold for the siege. Begin the advance.
The enemy officer
Is
has been defeated.
insufficient for a comeback. keep going this way.
Yes, we can attack the enemy from behind. Let us attack the castle separately from the rest of our forces. Commence the advance!
We have our foothold, but there are still too many enemy soldiers. If we brought out the ram now, it'll destroy it easily. What we need to do now is keep taking the enemy's strongholds. We have to reduce their numbers to ensure the safety of this area.
An even match. We must push harder.
Deeds exceed my imagination.
The enemy officer
Truly
has been defeated.
ally.
Let's go. So you rats are trying to get inside this way too? So predictable. Reporting! There's fierce fighting brewing on the eastern side of the battlefield.
Lusu, I have decided to join the siege. I'll draw the enemy to me, while the ram is prepared.
The enemy officer.
And you will be sending the current siege battalion to the east. I think you've made the right choice.
Forward march! Do you really think that's enough to stop us?
All that's left is to scatter the enemies blocking our path.
Everyone listen! As of now, I am taking over the siege. All my might! I want you all to march east. Join forces with our allies there. Attack the enemy from behind.
Sometimes we must adjust our plans to suit the circumstances. You've made a great decision.
The
No
enemy officer
objections.
has been defeated.
In the advance.
This territory is ours.
This is not working out. Is our training not enough?
What would Sun Tzu have done in this situation? He probably would have gone east, perhaps even alone. But Lord Sun Quan is different. He consulted with others and made a prudent decision. He values the lives of his people and does all he can to keep them safe. That is what makes him fit to rule our kingdom.
I will slay as many officers as necessary to fulfill my duty.
Turn the table.
I will slay as many officers as necessary to fulfill my duty.
The battle is more intense than I
The enemy officer
anticipated.
has been defeated.
Continue to fight without complaint.
All right, let's start getting the ram ready. We'll stand our ground here and keep the enemy at bay.
All my might.
Needing to
The
come
enemy
to my
officer
aid.
has been defeated.
I guess it's an acceptable situation.
Take this. And act.
All right, the ram looks ready. I think
The enemy officer
we await your
has
orders.
been defeated.
Now is the time to break down the castle gate and finish this fight.
Take this!
Charge!
They're up to something.
This territory
Not on my watch.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Let's go.
Gotcha!
And act.
Uncommon display of skill from anyone else. From you, I I expected.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
This advantage is out. Let us press on.
Let's go.
Things have taken a turn for the worse. I must think of something quickly.
Go. My strength was not enough. Almost at our limits. You've come. There is little to worry about with your presence here. I knew you would come.
You've rushed in at my time of need. I shall never forget this.
Proper strategy can overcome any obstacle. Attack. Time to act. Take it, rough. This territory is ours. Take this. Take this. Looking rough.
The battle is more intense than I anticipated, but I will continue to fight without complaint.
Now.
The time has come. Take this.
This is bad. If someone doesn't get here fast, we're done for.
I'm leaving you.
Time to attack. Turn the table. The enemy officer.
Proper strategy can overcome any obstacle.
Time to attack. The enemy officer has been defeated. Connor, see it. Take this. Looking rough. Take this. This territory is out. The enemy officer has been defeated. Let's go.
You will have to make do without me.
My strength was not enough.
You knew just when to come to my aid. I was never worried that you wouldn't. Not in the least. I'll give you the honor of it. Take this.
been defeated. I will repay this debt.
Great. Keep it up. How's this? Tables turned. All my might. They're coming in through the front gate. We don't stop them. Take this. The enemy officer
We
has
have
been
been
defeated.
most fortunate. Don't let up. Push on!
Taishitsu! I've defeated the enemy!
Take this!
That gate has been breached! How? We had countermeasures in place! Turn the table.
I see it.
Infested.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Looking rough.
Whoa.
Turn the table.
This officer bows before the might of the Sun family.
Believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Xuan Chuan. How did a fledgling like you outsmart me?
You're right. I am just a fledgling. That's why you need to remember this. Today, you were defeated not by me, but by the kingdom of U. And all the hopes and bonds of its people.
Take looking rough. Take this.
Take this!
Let's go. An opening. Take this. Let's go. An opening. Time to end. Very nicely done.
The enemy officer has been
Keep
defeated.
up the good work. I challenge you to battle. Prepare yourself. Time for a good old fight. Get ready.
This officer bows before the might of the Sun family. And here! think I can see it now. The kingdom that I must create. Listen up, everyone. As you all know, I do not have the skill in battle or the mind for strategy that made you respect my brother and my father. I don't have the strength or the courage to lead the charge. Sword in hand, to clear our path forward myself. However, I have my own way of fighting, and that is what will allow me to lead you all to victory. Our path forward will not open before a single hero leading the charge. It will be the combined strength of all who reside in the kingdom of U. That incredible force will carry us into a glorious new future. That is how U will fight together and thrive together from now on.
There are those who fight boldly on the front lines, and those who valiantly guard our backs. We cannot win if either force is missing. You will all come to understand that very clearly in this battle.
In this kingdom, and in this army, no one is without a purpose. Each and every one of you is irreplaceable, like family. I trust that everyone will contribute to U in their own unique way. Please, all of you, lend me your strength.
Are you seeing this, my friend? Your little brother might just achieve even greater things than you did.
The battle to restore order in Luqiang ended very favorably.
It was all thanks to Lord Sun Quan discovering his own strengths. He has brought our forces closer together than ever before. And I'm sure this will help to crush the ambitions of those who are looking to stir up trouble in the kingdom.
You still have Cao Cao's meddling to contend with, but this is wonderful news.
Quite. And it certainly doesn't hurt to have a steady flow of incoming talent like yourself.
Oh, I wouldn't consider myself talented. I still have much to learn, which I plan to remedy with rigorous study.
That's what I'd like to hear. The future of U is secure with you, Wei Meng. Now, about our next battle.
I think with the momentum we have now, the time is right. We should march on Jing and avenge Lord Sun Jian by defeating Huangzu. If we can all rally behind the same goal and unite as one to achieve it, our bonds with each other will grow even stronger.
There are certainly many among us who desire revenge on him. Whatever the case, we cannot take this plan any further on our own. We should first ask Lord Sun Quan for his judgment on the matter.
They want to take down Huangzu. It's just an idea being discussed for now. I figured this would be a good time to hear everyone's thoughts on the matter.
Not even Lord Sun Ce was able to avenge the death of Lord Sun Jian. We're certainly able and willing to do it
Is there something worrying you, Father?
No, I just thought it was a bit too soon to stir up trouble. But if this is what Lord Sun Quan desires, then we will respect his wishes.
I too agree with the decision to attack Huanzu. I imagine that Lord Sun Quan also wishes to claim Jing for himself before Cao Cao is able to get his hands on it. But avenging one's father is a very noble pursuit in and of itself. Succeeding will likely earn Lord Sun Quan a great deal of renown.
Ling Cao, you have been blessed with a very bright son. I envy you. Ling Tong, I'm sure you'll grow into an indispensable officer for Wu. I hope to see great things from you. And with that, I will take my leave. I still need to discuss this with everyone else.
Ling Tong, I don't want to see you letting all that praise go to your head. You must always act with awareness of your own standing. We will do all that is necessary in the service of the House of Sun. That is our duty. Never forget that.
You don't need to tell me these things, Father. I'm not a child anymore.
I wonder, just how handsome is this officer with the clear-eyed gaze that everyone talks about?
Lord Han Dong does so much for such little recognition.
I'm gonna protect my family when the bad guys come to town.
I wonder.
Oh.
That's a help.
Good to have you.
They say Lord Huanggai is close to the Shan Yue. Rumor is that they're a rough bunch, though.
to stay motivated as tired as we are. I'm just about at the end of my rope. But we won't
The
give
number
up
of men
so-
gathered under Lord Cao Cao's banner increases by the day.
Officer has been defeated. Whoa. Whoa. Perfect timing. I was looking for an opportunity to test my new tactics. Take this! How'd Whoa, gotta be quicker than that.
Let's give it to them!
Tables turn.
I, Ji Huan, shall take you on!
Take this.
How about this?
Looking rough.
All my might!
Whoa.
Let's give it to them!
Turn the table. Take this. Yes, it.
Just so! Let's give it to them!
Bear witness.
All my might!
Infested. The enemy officer has been defeated. Take this. Whoa. Take this. Tables turn. Take this.
With all my might!
Looking rough. Concentrate. Time to act. Take this.
All my might!
Whoa. Time to act. This is the end. I see it. Take this. I wasn't. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Those guys don't want to unite the world. They just want to fight each other forever.
I'm grateful.
I shall put an end to you with my intellect! We fight! Take that!
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I'm in your debt.
It's amazing how the survivors managed to keep...
I see you've been working hard. Thank you for coming. There's something I'd like to talk with you about. Sorry to worry you. I was thinking back on that battle in Lujiang. Up until then, I really thought I had been doing my best, but it was during that battle that I began truly pushing myself. I wanted to prove to you that you can rely on me. If you say so, I believe you. From now on, I'm going to make sure no one needs to worry about me. As the daughter of a military family, I have a duty to make it out of battle alive. For my life is not strictly just my own. Should I die, so many would grieve. My brother, our generals, the soldiers. I'll keep that in mind as I fight. By showing my own resolve, I believe I can inspire my comrades. My father and brother did the same as they fought through all those battles. I'm starting to feel, at last, that I'm a worthy member of our military family. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to shoulder the responsibility. Continuing to fight is something that requires immense courage. And besides, the real fight is still before us. So, what I really want to say is... would you remain by my side? I want you to share your courage with me. The courage that allows you to stay strong and keep fighting, no matter what. I don't want to continue trying to catch up to you forever, but perhaps I'm still not worthy of standing alongside you. As long as you're there, I can stand tall without hesitation. I can shine out there on the battlefield. So, keep an eye on me out there, okay? Don't look away, even for a second.
Another fight? Then it won't be long before the basic Chai Song begins to chase us for supplies.
I wonder...
Ah. Great timing. Would you mind talking with me for a moment? You might have already heard, but recently Wu has been gathering new talents. The main reason for this is that we have a new leader and need to ensure our stability. So, I think I'll need to step up. I have a debt to Lord Sun Quan, and I intend to repay it through hard work. I guess I haven't told you. Well, let me explain. When I first started serving the Sun family, I had hardly read anything in my life. Honestly, back then, there were too many things I didn't understand. I was loyal to Wu, but was only able to show it by rampaging across the battlefield. I lacked any kind of wisdom, and one day, I thoughtlessly pursued an enemy too far and ended up wounded. And the first person who scolded me afterward was Lord Sun Quan. He told me that meaningless injury and sacrifice don't amount to loyalty. That I should keep an eye on my surroundings and think about what must be done. I can still remember what he said word for word. He also recommended that I take up studying. That way, I would no longer be unlearned Hmong of Wu, and could instead serve as a distinguished officer who doesn't rely solely on might. I'm only here thanks to Lord Sun Quan, so I vowed to support him using everything I've learned. Or that's my hope. So far, I'm neither smart enough nor strong enough. My goal is still so far away, meaning I haven't a moment to lose. I'm sorry I spoke for so long. I appreciate you sharing your time. However, this has helped me restore my focus. Thank you. It's strange. When I see those eyes of yours, like a dawn sky, I can't help but share my deepest thoughts. I wonder, if I keep on studying, will I be able to figure out why that is? Hey!
They say Lord Huanggai is close to the Shan Yue. Rumor is that they're a rough bunch, though. Looks like Lord Zhou Yu's busier than ever.
That's a help.
Lord Han Dong.
We'll get to see Lord Sun Tzu again, right, Mom? Yes, I'm sure, honey. And even if we don't, I know he'll be watching over us.
Louis Meng, you have grown to be one of the pillars of Wu. You were even at the center of our earlier meeting with the officers.
Lord Sun Quan, I am undeserving of such words.
Accept them, for I know this to be true. I will continue to count on you.
Are you hiding back there? Please, come out and talk with me. Well, it's just as you heard. I think my wish to support Lord Sun Quan is now becoming a reality. But being praised by him directly, I could feel the unlearned Hmong in me being flabbergasted. Well, if you say so, then I'll try to be happier next time. But it doesn't mean I can just sit back. Our Lord still faces a veritable mountain of problems. I will continue to serve him with everything I have, but there may be times I come to you for help. I'm sure I can count on you. After all, you are a guardian of peace. Lord Zhou Yu told me. He seems to know a lot about you. By building knowledge and fostering connections wherever we go, we can get a glimpse into the hidden parts of history. That is another benefit of learning. And it's not a bad feeling to know the secret of my role model. Anyway, my efforts have led me here, and that gives me the confidence to continue striving forward. Of course, I needn't be told. I will never stop learning and never stop improving. I will keep going until I see those eyes like the dawn widen in surprise. So all I ask is that you continue watching me.
I wonder...
I'm gonna protect my family when the bad guys come to town. We're only surviving because my husband is out on the battlefield.
It's been some time since we lost Lord Sun Tzu. Looking back on those days, I barely ever had time to catch my breath. I lost the leader I entrusted with my dream. And I didn't even have time to fall into despair about his death. But the flames of hope still burn within my heart. That dream hasn't completely disappeared yet. It is, and one that I wouldn't have held in the past. I've developed nerves of steel. A final parting gift from Lord Sun Tzu, perhaps. At some point, this dream of mine shifted into one I share with you. With everyone. That being said, if we're to actually realize this dream, we must begin by seeing the facts as they are. And with that, let's move to our topic of discussion today. Wu remains unstable. The work of those serving the kingdom is to reinforce its foundation. But the mountain of threats surrounding it cannot be ignored. Our citizens already have their hands full. Why don't we focus on what's outside our borders? I knew you'd understand. Then let's speak in earnest. More than anyone else, it's Cao Cao we must be wary of. If we don't take proper precautions, this kingdom will eventually be devoured. One plan would be to divide the land in two with Cao Cao and fiercely protect our territory. However, whether we do so through negotiation or by force, the first thing we'll need is allies. Capable ones who are able to contend with Cao Cao. Ah, just as I thought. A friend with keen and discerning insight. How dependable. So, tell me about your experiences. I'd like to hear about the great warriors you have faced and befriended. This evening's Strategy Council meeting has only just begun.
Everyone says that damn Cao Cao is going to rule this land. How dull.
Do you think this deployment is daring?
Do you remember that day when I came to you unannounced to ask you to take the future of the Sun Clan into your hands? I see. I suppose it would be too selfish of me to ask you to forget it. I must admit that at the time I had lost all sense of dignity. Just when I thought I had seen enough battles to be able to pick out a novice by the way his weapon shakes in his hands, there I was. I had assumed that there was no youth left in this haggard body, but in that moment, I glimpsed it well. And how do you feel about all of this? Everything that's happened since joining us in service of the Sun family? Then I will make no apologies. If it brought you to our side, then even bowing my head to you was well worth the effort. Lord Sun Quan has succeeded Lord Sun Ce as the head of the Sun family. I do not doubt the talents of Lord Sun Quan, even though he has become a leader at such a young age. Truth be told, he has attracted many new talented people to his side. With such a momentum, they are sure to become a nigh unstoppable force to be reckoned with across the land. My role in this is to keep Lord Sun Quan and his young acolytes from letting all that power go to their heads. We cannot let a tragedy like the one that befell Lord Sun Ce happen again. And I care not if people say I'm out to spoil the mood. I will carry out my duty. You're going to be there watching me give the youngsters a hard time with my veins popping out of my head. You'd enjoy that, I'm sure. I have my principles, so I care not one bit what the young ones think about me. But I must also admit that having someone to talk to like this brings me great comfort. And I wouldn't want to get that from anyone but you. These quiet moments we have together are what keep me going. It is my hope that you feel the same.
The Young Sea's been busy these days, with even more military ships sailing about.
The honorable warrior is still with us.
Being hungry keeps you in low spirits. Come and grab something to eat. I'll keep it cheap.
Oh, it's you. Go show him what you're made of.
I miss the days when thieves were a timid bunch. Everyone's always talking about Lord...
I never would have thought Lord Cao Cao would actually defeat...
Lord Shunyo becomes a different person when he drinks. Seeing it for yourself?
Another war.
Hard to stay motivated as tired as we are. I'm just about at the end of my rope.
I do not care who rules this place. This is my home, and I will live out my years right.
I have heard you all. Your dreams for the kingdom of U and your regrets at the loss of my father. Your thoughts on these matters have convinced me to mount this attack. In fact, they have made me believe that an attack is absolutely necessary.
But we haven't even established peace within our own borders yet. Obsessing over revenge while ignoring the unrest brewing in our own kingdom will bring nothing but needless bloodshed.
Of course, I do not intend to ignore our domestic affairs. which is why I will be leaving some of our most reliable officers here in Wu. Chengpu, Hundong, and Huanggai. Make good use of Taishi Ci, Zhoutai, and their men to guard the kingdom. It pains me not to bring you into battle against Huangzu, given that you served since my father's day.
Lord Sun Chen, do not trouble yourself over our feelings. As your loyal officers, fulfilling our duty to you is our only desire.
You've made this decision based on your trust in our abilities. That makes it much harder to reject your request.
Forgive me. I know I ask too much of all of you. Please take good care of everyone while we are away.
They say Lord Huanggai is... Oh! Looks like Lord Zhou Yu's busier than ever.
Get ready to be brought down.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated. This territory is ours.
We'll get to see Lord Sun Ce.
I see. Aye.
Lord Handong does so much for such little recognition, he deserves a much loftier position.